City boy, city boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And today, we got a couple of things to discuss. Before we hop into the topic of discussion, I want to remind the people that we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, okay? On the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we are almost there. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead, leave a like on the video, and then go ahead, jump on down and press that subscribe button so we can hit that young mark, okay? We're trying to get there by WrestleMania, all right? So go ahead and do that if you haven't. And besides that, go ahead. I hope you enjoy the video. So what I wanted to talk about today is kind of a continuation in what I was talking about in my last video, where I was talking about how there are no characters in the WWE. And I think one of the reasons why this is happening, besides the fact that Triple H just is not interested in character work, he is not interested in over-the-top, larger-than-life characters. He's just not interested in it, okay? He's more interested in wrestling. One of the other problems I think is going down is the fact that the roster of WWE is far too bloated. There's almost 120 different members of the roster between all three shows, being Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. This is far too much to juggle, and you never would know. You honestly never would know that there's all these different people on the roster because of the fact that you only see 10 to 12 you only see 10 to 12 women every single week. You only see 10 to 12 different male superstars every single week, and it's usually the same people, and we're getting the same combinations of matches. We're getting the same storylines over and over and over again, the same matches over and over again. We get this as a example with Chelsea Green and Mi Chen. Chelsea Green is supposed to be the new inaugural United States champion, right, for the women's division. Yet for some reason, she only has defended her title against Mi Chen, right? She's only defended her title against a select few women in the division. Now, Lyra Valkyria on her end, I guess it's a little bit better, you can say, because she's defended against, I believe, Bayley. Who else? Freaking Dakota Kai. But even with Dakota Kai, she defended that title against her, I believe, twice, right? So even in those regards, and with LA Knight, he's defending his championship, especially in his first reign. He basically was just defending him between three people. It was just Santos Escobar, fucking Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. These are the only people that he was basically defending his title against. You see this with Cody Rhodes. He's had the title for coming up on a year now. We're coming up on a year, and he's only defended his title against Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Solo Sikoa, Logan Paul, right? And I'm thinking there might be somebody else, but I'm not even sure. I mean, I guess technically he went up against Gunther in was it Crown Jewel, I believe. Like, so technically he's defended his title against about 5 different people throughout the year, and there's been multiple like rematches. Like with AJ Styles, he defended it twice. With Solo Sikoa, he defended it twice. Logan Paul only defended it once. Kevin Owens, he defended it twice, right? So you're seeing the same collections of matches over and over and over again, and coming up to freaking Gunther and Jey Uso. Like, we've seen these guys go back and forth at least 5-6 times over the last year, and the rest of the roster is just being pretty much excluded from these types of matches. And the roster being bloated is like not even being utilized as it should be. If you have all these different people, you should have a bunch of different people coming and challenging Cody Rhodes, challenging LA Knight, challenging all the different champions who are in these divisions. but you don't, right? We don't get that. We don't get a bunch of different people coming in, right? People that we may not see as often coming in and just trying to stake their claim at these titles, or staking their claims in their respective divisions, right? And that's a big problem. That's a big problem. We don't see anybody actually making waves in any of these divisions. So when I see reports that Paige, or Saraya, as she's known right now in AEW, excuse me, when I see reports that, oh, well, she's going to make a return to WWE, or when I see reports that Aleister Black is going to come back, or Rey Fenix is on the way in, or all these different superstars that are going to be making their way into the WWE, my only question is, well, where do you put them? Where do you put them? What do you do with them? I don't get excited when I see new superstars on their way in, because there are a ton of superstars already on the roster that have potential, that have talent, right? They're just not being utilized at all, right? You got fucking Chad Gable, who last year was one of the most over talents in the company, and here we are a year later, and Chad Gable has fallen all the way down the card, still hasn't won a title, still hasn't elevated himself at all. Not even a little bit, not even in the slightest. He's doing this dumb gimmick where he's coming out as a freaking luchador now, and it's an insult to the talent that somebody like a Chad Gable has, right? And this just goes for so many different people, and that's why I can't get excited when I see all these reports of all these new talents that are supposed to be coming in and shaking up the industry, or whatever the case might be, because we've seen this song and dance before. Where is Penta right now, right? Kind of feuding for the Intercontinental Championship a little bit, sort of, right? But he's not really staking his claim like that. And then on top of that, you have the biggest, most egregious example, which would be Jade Cargill. How many millions of dollars were put into Jade Cargill being pushed as this next big superstar in the women's division, this next great thing, right? All this promotional material that came out, all the advertising that was put around her name, right? Really, in my opinion, was just to stick a thorn into the side of AEW, because Triple H, he believes that he's in competition with AEW, which is honestly starting to be more of a reality at this point, because WWE's numbers are dropping off dramatically, right? They're dropping off, and they'll be at AEW levels within the next couple of years if we continue to get the same kind of booking. So you have like 60 to 80 different women in the division, or in the women's division. Yet we only see 10, 12 of them on a week-to-week basis. You got like 60 to 80 men on the roster, yet we only see 10 to 12 of them on a week-to-week basis. And they're all in the same combinations of matches. And all the matches are the same. All the matches are 50-50 snooze fests. That's it. We don't get anybody who's actually getting over, because of how many people that are in the company, and how many pushes and storylines and what have you they're trying to be done. But because there are so many people, Triple H has to stretch his mind across so many different superstars, and trying to give everybody a creative direction, for quote unquote in his mind what is a creative direction. And a lot of people are falling to the wayside because of it. The Wyatt Six should have been a great thing. The Wyatt Six actually had potential, right? So you have these freaking five superstars who came into the company, right? And were supposed to make big moves, big waves, but the way that they were booked, and the way that the creative pretty much shook out in the end, was they ended up getting beat by the Final Testament, who ended up getting fired, right? AOP ends up getting fired. Paul Ellering gets fired, right? And there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just Triple H thinking, oh, well, I put a lot of effort behind these guys and they're not over with the crowd. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? They don't chant, "This is awesome" during their matches. So they're just not going to be able to get over with the crowd when there was actually no creative put into it. Right. And the same goes with people like fucking Sonya Deville. Instead of actually giving her a creative direction, an actual character to work with, something to actually work with, he just puts her in the fucking Pure Fusion Collective, who we haven't seen in who knows how long, right? I don't know the last time I seen Zoe Stark or what's the bitch's name? Shayna Baszler. I don't know when the last time I've seen these women, but they're on the roster. They're collecting a check. We just don't see them because we're fucking Triple H is too focused on, I don't know, fucking Candice LeRae or some shit like that. This is just something that consistently happens and consistently just continues to permeate. We get fucking the Motor City Machine Guns, right? Triple H just brings them in, has them win the tag team titles pretty much immediately, right? And he expects them to get over that way. We don't even know who these guys are. Like I said in my Friday Night SmackDown review, like he has Rey Fenix getting ready to come in next week, and he's just announcing that Rey Fenix will be here next week, and there's no creative behind it. It's just announcing that he'll be there next week, as if people are supposed to be excited for this. We don't watch fans like me do not watch AEW. We don't watch TNA. We don't watch all these fucking side promotions and all these. We don't watch the B team. WWE is supposed to be the A team, so we watch the A team. That's what we watch. We don't watch JV. We don't watch the C team, right? We don't watch junior varsity. That's not what we do. We watch the varsity squad, because the varsity squad is where the best of the best are supposed to be. Yet Triple H is just content with bringing in all this talent from TNA, from AEW, and from all these different promotions, and then pushing them like they're supposed to be some kind of big stars. While there's plenty of talent on the roster currently, right now, that has the potential to move WWE legitimately into another realm, okay? Not just us being told that Cody Rhodes is the top of the top and the top of the line, and nobody is touching Cody Rhodes, and even though he's a one-time champion, he's better than Randy Orton, who's a 14-time world champion, right? Money in the Bank winner, Royal Rumble winner, fucking Intercontinental Championship holder, Tag Team Championship holder, right? Like, he's supposed to be better than this guy who's been around the industry this long, never quit, you know what I mean? Never had to quit, because from the jump, they saw who Randy Orton was, and Randy Orton, as a young guy, came in, got pushed, and did his damn thing. Became an absolute legend in the making. Casual fans that I know that don't even really watch wrestling like that, they might have watched it a few times back in the day as children, or as younger adults, or as teenagers, etc., right? But they know who the fuck Randy Orton is. They know what the RKO is, right? They've heard out of nowhere Randy Orton with the RKO. They've heard that. And there's just no more of that, and there will never be more of that, because there has to be a big culling of talent. Okay, there has to be a culling of talent where we trim the fat, right? Triple H has to trim the fat around each roster on each brand, and so that way he's able to focus on a select few people. He's able to focus on the few people that he wants to push all the way to the top of the company. And then he'll be able to focus on the mid-card better, be able to focus on the women's division better, because as of right now, the convoluted shit that we're getting is simply not working. And we've seen this, okay? It's been a year, all right? We've had a year now to give Triple H all the grace in the world, right? We've had a year to see how his booking plays out, and how this long-term booking really plays out in the long term for a WrestleMania season. And here we are, and this supposed long-term booking obviously has not worked, because everybody knows what's going to happen before it happens, right? And we're fucking speculating over the next couple of weeks that because Triple H has put so much into this quote-unquote long-term booking bullshit, that now he has to come up with a bunch of short-term stories and short-term feuds in order just to push on to WrestleMania, when WrestleMania should be the showcase of the immortals, the cream of the crop at the top of the company, those who actually have earned their way into the WrestleMania card. Right now, we're just gonna get a bunch of randos, bunch of fucking triple threat, fatal four ways, fucking fatal four-way tag team matches like we're gonna probably get on the SmackDown tag team division, right? Fucking 4 or 5 teams going after one title, right? No actual feud, no actual storyline. That's what we're getting. That's what we have. So look, that's been the video for today. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Do y'all think the roster is too bloated? What do y'all think about the talent that's currently on the roster? And do y'all think that anyone who comes in, whether it's a Rey Fenix, Aleister Black, or a Paige, do you think that they'll actually be able to thrive in this current climate where everybody's basically being pushed to the wayside in regards to, or for the idea of just putting over wrestling instead of characters? All right, so like I said, that's been the video. Let me know what y'all think down below. This has been your boy Nate the Great, back with another video. If you haven't done it yet, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.